BioWare has a history of making real-world references in its game, particularly the Mass Effect series. Sometimes it's based on people, such as Commander Shepard referencing Alan Shepard, the first American in space, but other times it's a bit more subtle. Today, we're going to talk about a little bit of both and speculate what that could mean for Mass Effect Andromeda. Many of you are already familiar with the real-world connection between our main characters, the Riders, and Sally Ride, who is the first American woman in space. Just like how Commander Shepard took the name of a famous real-world astronaut, BioWare appears to be following that same trend with the Rider family. If we want to really start speculating, however, we could take a closer look at Sally Ride. On her first space mission on June 18, 1983, Ride's job was to place satellites at key locations using the shuttle's robotic arm. We know the purpose of the mission to Andromeda is to explore and find a new home for the races of the Milky Way, and the game will have a particular emphasis on exploration and discovery. We wouldn't be too surprised if part of the gameplay involves placing satellites or probes out in space throughout Andromeda as a nice little nod to Ride's first mission. Or hey, maybe Ryder will have a robot arm. That would be pretty cool too. Moving on to a larger scale, we also know that one of the massive ARC ships that make up the Andromeda mission goes by the name Hyperion. By itself, this could have simply been a name chosen because it sounds cool, and it does sound pretty cool. But if you recall, we also know that Mass Effect Andromeda will be taking place in a cluster known as the Helios Cluster. Change one letter and you get Helios, known as the sun god in Greek mythology, as well as the son of a particular titan named, you guessed it, Hyperion. Since there is a proven connection between the names, it is not entirely far-fetched to speculate that some of the story may mirror those seen in ancient Greek mythology. For instance, the story of Helios says that as the sun god, he rode a fiery chariot across the sky each day. One day, his son Pantheon made an attempt to drive his father's chariot, but lost control and ended up setting the earth on fire. Kids, am I right? Well, this could point to a plot element in Andromeda, where perhaps some ancient technology is misused and ends up causing widespread destruction. Now that seems right in line with the kind of story that you would expect from Mass Effect. But let's not forget Hyperion, who is one of the 12 Titan offspring of Gaia, Mother Earth, and Uranus, Father Sky. Just from the numbers alone, it seems likely that there will be 11 more arcs launched into Andromeda, and they might go by the name of, and I hope I pronounced this correctly, Mnemosyne, Theseus, Thea, Phoebe, Rhea, Themis, Oceanus, Koios, Kronos, Krios, and Lapetus. Since Hyperion has been the only one shown so far, we're guessing it will probably be either the main arc for the purpose of the story, or possibly even the only arc to survive the trip. If so, this likely wouldn't be based on any mythological story, since Hyperion isn't exactly one of the more famous Titans. Moving on from Greek mythology into legitimate world history, we would like to address your main ship in the game, the Tempest. Some of you history buffs may already know the story, but for everyone else, let's get you up to speed. Originally being a sail ship in the UK in the 1800s, the Tempest was converted to a steamship and made to transport cargo between Glasgow and New York. The first trip to and from New York went off relatively smoothly in 1856. On the second trip in early 1857, New York was reached. However, after picking up its cargo and a single passenger in New York and setting off back home, the Tempest was lost without a trace. It is unknown what happened to the ship, and it remains an unsolved mystery to this day. Now we have to be honest, we are incredibly excited for the story possibilities suggested by this tale. What if your ship gets lost on the way to Andromeda and it has to fend for itself? Or hey, maybe that's how the story ends, with your ship getting lost somewhere in Andromeda, and that could lead into a sequel. There's another theory going around that after your ship gets separated from the rest of the folks in the Andromeda mission, and after a long time passes, you finally find them and discover that they are hostile and they are now the main antagonists of the story. Now, how cool would that be? We are sure that there will be tons more references like this. BioWare loves its references, so we will be theorizing excitedly right along with you as more info comes out. But for now, what do you think about everything we know so far? Do you have any theories based on these connections? Anything we missed? Let us know in the comments down below, and while you are there, give this video a like and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.